Hello, thank you for tuning into this video. Today I want to go over a couple of new purchases from Victoria Beckham Beauty. So I got the two new Lid Lustre shades, the shade Honey and the shade Tea Rose. So I'm going to talk about those today and put both of them on my eyes. And I actually want to pair them with a couple of Charlotte Tilbury eye products as well, so I'll show you those as we go through the video. So here are the two new shades of the Victoria Beckham Lid Lustres. This one here is Tea Rose, this one is Honey. So to start off, I think I'll just put one of them on each eye with nothing underneath, just these shadows on their own, just so we can see how they perform by themselves. So here we go. I'm going to try applying these with my Refer 21 brush, because this is the brush that I generally prefer for this type of a glittery or like shimmer type of shadow. Here we go with Tea Rose. Just getting my brush nice and loaded up here. Okay, so here is just a pretty light layer of Tea Rose applied with the brush. I'm going to go in with my finger now and just see, if that makes a difference in terms of the coverage and the intensity of the color. Yes, it does make you get more of that shine and a more opaque color coverage when you go in with your finger, for sure. There we go. So that's Tea Rose on this eye right here. It's such a beautiful color. It's not too intense. It's not too pinky. If anything, I would say it has a bit more of a brownish undertone, even a mauvey sort of undertone in with that pink there. And I think it's really quite an elegant and sophisticated version of a pink glitter shadow, if you want to call it that. Okay, so let's go on with the shade Honey on this eye here. Okay, so I've cleaned off my brush and we're going to go in with Honey on my left eye. So again, I think the brush here is giving a pretty sheer wash. It's not actually picking up very well on the brush. Oh, you can see it okay. But yeah, as I said, you're not going to get as shiny or shimmery of an effect using that brush, at least. So I'm going in with my finger now. There we go. This is a beautiful color too. It's I would kind of think of it more as a bit of an old gold or an antique-y gold kind of color. And again, I think it's very elegant and refined. So this is Honey, this is Tea Rose. All right, so I'm back to bare lids. I just removed those shadows and put a little bit of concealer back over my eyelid, just a really light layer, and set with a little bit of powder. All right, so what I want to do now is actually throw some Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize shadows into the mix here and layer them with the Victoria Beckhams and just kind of see what that does, see what effect that creates. So I have one of the new Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize that came out just I think a couple of weeks ago with the Fire Rose collection. So this is Sunset Rose. So I think this is going to go really nicely with the Tea Rose from Victoria Beckham. They both have that sort of muted down, sort of browny rose tones to them. So I'm excited to see how those will layer together. And then the other Eyes to Mesmerize that I want to use today and to pair it with the Honey Victoria Beckham is Amber Gold from Charlotte Tilbury. I think this used to have a different name. She's changed all the names of her Eyes to Mesmerize shadows, so as I have it now, it's Amber Gold. It's a more sort of muted down kind of antique-y gold that I think is going to go really well with this Honey from Victoria Beckham. So let's start out. I'm gonna try with my O2 brush from Refer to apply the Eyes to Mesmerize shades. Oh, that's working. Yep. Okay, no problem there. So this is the Sunset Rose from Charlotte Tilbury, and that is going on very, very easily. Very, very easily. Lots of intensity in terms of the color there. Oh, that's really nice. Now this Eyes to Mesmerize shade I think is a little bit less shiny than some of Charlotte's other Eyes to Mesmerize shades, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just kind of something that I've noticed when kind of comparing it to other ones that I have, and also seeing some swatch comparisons and reviews online. I've noticed that it doesn't quite have the same reflect as a lot of the other Eyes to Mesmerize, but it's very nice. And again, it's that sophisticated kind of brownie rose color. So I'll leave that on for now, and then I'll just go to the other eye and do my Amber Gold Eyes to Mesmerize. I'm just wiping off my brush here. Here we go, Amber Gold, Charlotte Tilbury. So my shapes and so on won't be perfect, because the purpose of this is more to show you how the products layer and how the colors sort of go together. But there's the Amber Gold, and I think it will go great with Honey. So I am just going to go right in with my finger this time for the Victoria Beckham Tea Rose and pat that right over top. Okay, so I think it does sort of amplify the color and the shine a little bit of that Victoria Beckham as opposed to what it was on its own. And I think it will help with how it sticks to the lid too, and maybe increase the longevity of the shadow a little bit to have that cream underneath it. And this is such an easy little look to do. You could probably do it in fewer than 5 minutes if you were doing this just in the morning, getting ready for the day, or to go out in the evening. So those colors really do meld well together. You almost can't see where one ends and one begins. There's not much of the Victoria Beckham that got out to this part, so you can see there's a little bit of a deeper shadow right there. I think those two colors go together very, very well. And now let's go on to Honey over Amber Gold. Again, just going in with my finger. That's nice. I think that is amplifying the shine and the reflect of the Victoria Beckham color quite nicely. Yeah. I think these colors go together very well too. So that's Honey on top of Charlotte Tilbury Amber Gold. So I just threw on a couple more of my favorite Victoria Beckham Beauty products. I have two of the satin kajal liners here. I have the one in Cocoa, which is a dark brown, and the one in Bordeaux, which is a kind of lovely burgundy color with a bit of a sort of pinkish undertone. So I put Bordeaux here on this eye, and I put Cocoa on this eye here. I think these go really well with these two sort of color stories that I have going on here. And I think actually Victoria Beckham has a bronze colored liner as well, which would probably go really nicely, especially with this gold bronzy toned eye. But I don't have that one, so I think the brown is very nice as well. So that's it for this video. I look a little strange with my two different eyes going on, but I really wanted to demonstrate these new shades of the Lid Lustres. I think they're very beautiful, very elegant and sophisticated, and I would expect nothing less from Victoria Beckham. And I think they go very nicely with these two Charlotte Tilbury cream shadows that I got as well. So I hope this video was enjoyable for you. I hope it was helpful. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave those down below. And if you'd like to see more from me, please subscribe down below as well. Thank you. Bye.